Hey there, I'm Rob with ebikes.org. I'm with my friend Kent today. We're taking a look at this foldable cargo bike from Radio Flyer. Now, the perks of this bike and who it's meant for is really people who maybe live in the city and are tight on storage space like myself. I live in a townhome. I have a single car garage, so there's not a lot of room for, 10 plus bikes. I have to live with very limited space. It's also ideal for people that maybe want to take it camping, take it on the road, fits in your trunk really, really easily. This folds up to about half of its actual footprint like this.
I'm a big fan of just folding bikes in general.
Okay.
So that's kind of neat to see a nice one come in here. One of the nice things about a folding bike is the things they do to make it fold also make it very multi-purpose. What I like, my wife is 5'2". She could ride this bike.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Without any trouble. And then I can come out here and raise and lower this, and I can ride this bike.
Yep.
So going back to that portability.
Yeah, and they actually say that online it fits people from 4'11" to 6'4".
So I'm 6'3", and within a minute I had it set up for my height, and it was very comfortable.
Yeah,
and it wasn't rickety. That's the other thing. Folding bikes, you want some quality.
So now this is an aluminum frame bike, but it has really, really solid welds on it.
I love how the rack is welded on. The front is welded on really nice, the fillets, and on a folding bike in particular, you want this arrangement here to be really solid. This is twice as beefy as the one on my bike. I really like it.
Nice.
This is kind of neat. The pedals fold up so they don't stick out. Up here, we've got a little safety button and folds down. This is holding it up as we fold. This is actually a really nice design. We're gonna open this guy up, swing it around, and ready to go. And when we come right back out, locks in, locks in.
Easy peasy. And it's a 350 watt brushless motor on the back.
Okay.
So it's not the most powerful motor in the world, but it's plenty of push to get you where you're going. And for this type of bike, you're not going to be dominating hills or doing crazy rides like that. This is really kind of just that commuter adventure bike.
So there's several different types of motor arrangements. This one has a rear hub motor. There's some advantages to that. It's a little bit more simple. It's less harsh on the drivetrain. When I look at it from a mechanic perspective. When I'm looking at this, I'm like, how hard is this to change this flat if it gets flat, or change the tube on this?
Sure.
In this case, I like it. You can disconnect the motor right here. You've got a couple tensioners on either side, and then you loosen the change and the wheel will come right out the back.
And then up front we have a 52 tooth chain ring and a 14 in the back.
Gearing on e-bikes tends to be a little less important because you've got the extra help. But what a lot of people don't know, with the smaller tires, the gearing changes. So that 52 on the front is a bigger ring to compensate from the slightly smaller tires.
Gotcha.
So I like that. I had one the other day where the ring was too small and you're spinning too fast. So actually this is set up appropriately. And then again, you don't even need any gears for around town. Keeps it super simple.
Yep.
So let's take a look at the battery here. The nice thing about this seat is it's really easy to just pop out of the way. Put it right there. We've got the battery charge indicator here. So there's 5 greens, good to go. And then the key is not to start the bike. The key is to keep them from stealing your battery.
That's right. That's right.
And it's that easy. So you can take it out for security. You can take it out and charge it indoors. They do better when they're warm if you live in a really cold climate. And look at that, there's a little spot for an air tag down there.
Yep, for tracking later. Make sure if your bike does get stolen, you can recover it later. It's always handy. And the battery has a nice carrying handle on it.
And then this actually goes on and off quite easily. I like that. That clicked in really well, and you're back in. Rob asked me earlier what I thought was the most important thing, or one of the more important questions, and it's with e-bikes, it's brakes. It's almost always brakes. The bikes are heavier, the bikes are faster, they need quite a bit more stopping power. Kind of a base requirement would be some quality disc brakes.
Sure.
A lot of people are familiar with the traditional, what they call a caliper or a rim brake, that would go right here and squeeze on the rim, and they work well. But the new disc brakes that actually squeeze on this disc brake work much better. They're not susceptible to water and mud. They have nice clamping power. In this case, this is a cable actuated. Some of them are also hydraulic. I don't want to say one specific model is the one to get, but I do have a strong opinion that you want to get a name brand brake. In this case, it's Tektro. It's the Tektro Aries, and that's a good mid-grade brake.
Sure.
That means that we're going to get service and support from them. It means they're going to be quality. And this came out of the box with these working really well. I did a quick adjustment on the rear brake, and all I did was just tighten the cable a little bit, and they worked fine. Nice little cockpit, feels solid. There's a throttle if you want it. We got the classic on-off, push and hold. So we're gonna have speed, miles per hour, and then we're gonna have these arrows to change how much level of support. So this is pedal assist. So at the lowest, it helps you a little bit. As you go up, it helps you a lot, and you'll notice it.
Level 3 and up, really the most noticeable support that you could get. That was the easiest climbing. This isn't This isn't a bike that you're going to be doing hill climbs and taking in the Alps and doing that sort of thing. Right. This is putting around, but it does conquer moderate hills.
Yeah, sure.
Definitely.
There's a light on or off, and there's a tail light as well. When we hit the brake light goes on. That's really nice.
It's super important for safety, especially on a bike like this that you're going to be riding in the city.
And there's a USB port over here, so you can actually charge your phone. So that's a nice level of integration that I don't normally see.
They also have a ton of components online, accessories that while you check out, you can add a front rack right here. It mounts right on the headset.
Right.
It can carry up to 20 pounds, which I think is pretty decent for a front rack, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a lot of weight up there. And then the back, it'll take up to 80, did you say?
Yeah, 80 pounds on the rear rack, which is, I think, a pretty solid payload. The total payload of the bike is 300 pounds. So it's like a 200-pound rider plus a fully loaded front and rear rack. Right. Yeah. You can also, they sell a child seat on the back that has some handlebars and a padded seat. And again, that holds up to 80 pounds. And they've actually built in some guards on the fender. So the fender comes down.
Oh, you don't want feet getting caught in there. Yeah. Overall, I would say nicely done. Nice hardware, nice cable management. The ride, it felt solid. I'd put this in a bike I would buy. Or the category of a bike I would buy.
Absolutely, and it's very affordable. You know, price obviously will shift from time to time. You know, like go on sale, that sort of thing. But this is absolutely an approachable bike. It's not. It's not a major investment on your part, and you get a really solid product